Welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video I'm going to be ranking every suit in Batman Arkham Knight. There is a total of 22 different suits in this game, and I'm going to be ranking all of them, just the Batman ones, from my least favorite to my favorite. So without further ado, let's get started. Coming in last place, I'm sure this is no shock to any of you, we have the Zur-En-Arrh Batman skin. This skin is just way too out there for me. For the things that I do like, I really do like the long bat ears. I am an advocate for long ears on Batman. And I also do like the shredded cape. I think that's a cool design. But however, I do not like the whole stitched up look on this suit whatsoever. I don't like the bat logo on this suit. It is just very weird and out there. I also hate the color scheme they got going on here. I don't like the big goofy belt on him either. It just doesn't work for me. It's a very unappealing suit, very ugly suit. Definitely my least favorite. Next up, we got the Justice League 3000 Batman skin. Now, this skin could have potential to be one of the better ones in the game, maybe halfway, but it has some really serious issues. My main issue with this suit is the ears. I hate these fucking ears. First of all, I'm not a fan of small ears on Batman, so that's the first thing this suit does wrong. And also, they're not pointy. They're just like this square shit, and it's terrible. I hate it very much. I also am not a big fan of that bat logo. I hate how fat it is. He's got the freaking Deadpool belt buckle right up here. Just not doing it for me whatsoever. It's also too high on his torso. The gauntlets are cool. But overall, and also the cape, it doesn't go over the shoulders. That's one thing I really wish a lot of Batman skins would do, is always have the cape over the shoulders. Next up on this list, we have the first appearance Batman skin. Now, this skin is just all sorts of goofy. I hate almost everything about this skin, if I'm being completely honest. I do not like the purple gloves. I hate how small the cape is, and you really notice it when you're trying to do a glide. I do not like the cloth texture of the entire suit. I hate the bat logo. I don't like the way the ears spread out off toward the side more. I hate the big goofy belt. I mean, it just goes on and on. The only part of this suit that I like is the whole gray and black design or color pattern. But aside from that, man, it is a no-go from me. Coming up next, we got the classic TV series Batman skin, or the Adam West 1960 skin. This skin isn't all that bad in terms of it being accurate to the source material, but when it just comes down to it, I am just not a fan of that version of Batman, and it looks really bad on the Arkham Knight design for Bruce Wayne here. His underwear is hiked up so high. He's got the big goofy belt. I don't mind the bat logo, actually, even though it's the smaller one with the yellow outline. I prefer the bigger versions, but I just do not like the purple nose and with the eyebrows and everything, with the small ears. It just doesn't do it for me. I do like this almost metallic sort of blue that they went with. I think it's a nice look, but overall, not a huge fan. Next up, we have the 1970s Batman skin. My main reason for this is because this looked so much better in Batman Arkham City than it does in this game. He's all veiny in this version. If you look at his arms, he's got veins and everything. I'm not a huge fan of that look. And also, his eyes aren't whited out like they are in Arkham City. Also, his ears were longer in Arkham City. Not a huge fan of this bat logo. I never really have been. It's the classic Batman logo design. Just never been a huge fan of it. I am a more advocate for the black or the gray and black version of Batman rather than the gray and the blue version as well. So not the biggest fan of this light blue color. It's not really my thing. But it's not a horrible suit. There are definitely, again, worse suits in this game. Next up on this list, we have the Earth 2 Dark Knight skin. Now, this skin is interesting. It's kind of one that I forgot was in the game for a little while. I do dig the bat logo on this. I think it's a cool design for the bat logo. Wish it was a little bigger on his chest, but it's alright. I don't know. I just don't think I'm a huge fan of the red that's going on here in the suit. This is kind of one of those suits that I'm indecisive about. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's great. I think it's just dead in the middle. I do like the red eyes, the red pupils and everything like that with this big triangular design going down his chest, but Not really too much to say about this suit. It's kind of one of those suits I feel indifferent in. Next up, we got the Batman Incorporated skin. Now, this is another skin that was in Arkham City. It looks pretty much the same in this game. I do not like this Bat logo at all. It's very unsymmetrical. Also, it's the smaller black one with the yellow outline. I do like the belt. It's very classic looking. I also like the kind of things he's got going on with his knuckles. That's pretty cool. Hate the crotch piece. I think it's a nice cowl, though. I definitely do dig that cowl. And I love the color scheme. I love this gray color with the black cape and everything. If it didn't have that crotch piece, I think I would like this skin so much more than I do right now, to be honest with you. That crotch piece really takes away from it, in my opinion. Coming up next, we have the Batman Beyond skin. Now, a lot of people hate on this skin because it looks nothing like the Arkham City version, and I agree the same thing. I think this suit is way over-designed, and I just don't really like it all that much, to be honest with you. I really wish they would have just given us either an alternate style that is just the regular black version, or just given us the regular version instead of this. I am not a fan of this. I don't like the mouthpiece he's got covering his face. The logo's as good as it always is. It's just normal. He's just got too much going on, man. There's too much armor pieces. It feels like in this game with so many suits, including the main suit, they do too much with, like, armor. It's like they're trying to make Batman into Iron Man, and it just doesn't work for me to any stretch of the imagination. Speaking of the default suit in Arkham Knight, we have Batsuit V8.04. Now, when I first saw this suit revealed when Batman Arkham Knight was coming out, I was incredibly disappointed. It pretty much took everything that I loved about the Arkham suit and ruined it for me. It got rid of his big bulky gauntlets, which I love. That's one thing I love about the Arkham suit. I love the big bulky gauntlets with the big spikes coming out off the forearm. It got rid of those. The utility belt is cool. There's just too much going on. It's just over-designed, really up in the torso area. I hate all the lines that are running through the Bat logo. I don't mind the different colors and stuff going on in the pants and everything like that, but it's just too much going on. I like the more classic look for Batman. I don't like all this over-designed armor bullshit. It's just too much for me. And I just feel like Batman's not supposed to look like that. Coming up next, we have the iconic gray and black Batman skin, or the Dick Grayson heir to the cowl skin, whatever you want to call it. I really do like this suit. My only really complaint with this suit is the belt. First of all, I don't like how flat the belt is. It's just a very flat belt. There's no pockets or anything on it. Really wish there was. And I don't like how puffy Batman looks. I get it, he's muscular, it's a rubber suit. But the muscles just do not look very real to me. They look like one of those suits that you would get at a Party City, and just put it on and run around in. You know, it doesn't actually look like a bat suit to me. It doesn't look like real muscles. I love this Bat logo. It's the classic, Batman logo, the same logo they use in Arkham City and the logo they use in Arkham Knight. It's a great logo, one of my favorite all-time Batman logos. I dig the cowl, even though I'm not a huge fan of the earpieces that stick out, kind of off the sides there. That's one of the things that they did with the new Suicide Squad Batman design, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. Next up on this list, we have the gold logo Batsuit, or the Batsuit V8.05. This is the same thing as the Arkham Knight suit, except it has a gold logo. And the reason I rank it this much higher is because of the fact that it's a 100% completion reward. Now, it actually took me years to 100% complete this game. I actually didn't 100% complete Batman Arkham Knight until I want to say maybe a year ago. And I've been playing this game since the day it came out, literally. And I never knew this skin existed until I decided to 100% complete the game for myself a year ago. And I just think that it's cool that we got this for 100% completion. That's pretty much it. Coming up next, we have the Dark Knight Returns suit. Here it is. The Dark Knight Returns Batman skin. This is another skin that is so much worse in this game than it was in Arkham City. They took, first of all, it's not a one-to-one recreation because in this game there's no pre-rendered cutscenes. So it doesn't look really like it did in the comic books or the animated film like it did in Arkham City. The mouthpiece is much, much smaller. He doesn't have the whited out eyes. Also, the bat, I don't know what the fuck they did to this logo. That is not the Dark Knight Returns logo, man. That is not it. I don't know what that is, but that is not the Dark Knight Returns logo. This is just a fucking appointment logo is what it is. This thing is ugly. I don't know what they were thinking when they were making that logo, but that is not it, man. That thing is a square. Like, I know the Dark Knight Returns, that logo is always bulky, but it doesn't look like that, man. So I don't know what they were thinking with that logo, and I don't hear enough people comment on that, and it really pisses me off. But everything else about the suit is cool. I like the bulkiness of Batman. I wish he was a bit more bulky, but obviously it's just the same Bruce Wayne sculpt underneath. It's just the suit. It literally is just the suit. There has been no changes made to the design of the character underneath the suit, like in Batman Arkham City. In Batman Arkham City and Arkham Origins, they were skins. In this, it's just suits. Which kind of sucks, but it's because there's no pre-rendered cutscene, so there's nothing you can really do about it. Next up, we have the new 52 Batman skin. I have always dug this skin. I really do enjoy it. Or suit, whatever you want to call it. I've always really liked it. This was the first DLC skin I ever got. Because back when this game first came out, I remember this was the first DLC suit released for Batman. And for like the first, I don't know how long it was, maybe a year or so, something along those lines. This was like the only DLC skin you could have, and this was the only skin I ever played as. Because I was just so bored of the regular skins. I love the gauntlets on this suit. Again, he's got the big bulky gauntlets. This is a huge thing with me. Love the big utility belt. Think there's maybe a bit too many lines going on. It looks a little bit too much there. Love the bat logo, sick, and I think his cowl was also sick, apart from the ear parts. I can't stand that. It really pisses me off. I like that the cape comes over the shoulders. It looks sick. Now we get to a skin that I don't think gets enough love, and it's the Batman Noel skin. People do not really like this skin all that much, and I kind of understand why. I think this skin is a bit of an acquired taste. It even took time for me to get used to it, but I've come to really appreciate this skin. I do not like the utility belt. I'm not a whole big fan of the black utility belt. Also, I wish it had something in the middle to indicate that it's the center, like maybe some circular pattern or something along those lines. And I'm not a fan of the triangular kind of six-pack he's got going on, the abs there. But I really like this bat logo. I wish it blended in a little less. I wish it was a bit more noticeable, but still awesome. I love the gauntlets on this one. I love the big spikes coming out off the back. I kind of like the poofiness of the legs, the leg area. I do love the bat cowl. This is one of the only few bat cowls that I actually like that has smaller ears, because I like big ears on my Batman cowl, but I love the cape too. When you're in a glide, I think this cape looks sick. And I just think it's a cool looking suit. I personally don't think it gets enough love. Coming up next, another very hated skin. We have the anime Batman skin. I love this skin. I think it gets way too much hate. I understand this is an animated version of Batman, but he just looks awesome in my honest opinion. The only few things I could complain about is the collar. I don't like the whole collar part. I know he's kind of like I'm pretty sure he's like a vampire bat in this version of Batman. I understand, but I don't like the collar, and I'm not a huge fan of the utility belt either. But everything else, man, from the big bulky gauntlets he's got to the bat logo, I love the big gigantic ears with the pointy nose. He's got the big shin guards, black and the gray. It just kind of fits in with my taste. And I love his cape in this. It's a really long cape. It spreads out perfectly when you're in a glide. And it just does it for me. I think it's an awesome skin, seriously. Coming up next on this list, we have the Batman vs. Superman skin, which isn't really movie accurate when you think about it. Now, if you look at the little square with his little picture in it, that is the movie accurate color for this Batsuit. It's kind of a darker gray, almost blue color, than this really bright gray that they opted for. I know in a lot of the promotional stuff for Batman vs. Superman, this was the suit he was wearing. In a lot of the promo pictures and things like that, this was the color of the suit. The movie, this suit was not this color. It was a much darker gray, almost blue color. And again, in his little picture, it shows that version of the suit, but they didn't give it to us, unfortunately. I do like the bat logo on this suit. I think it's cool, even though I'm not usually a big fan of the big fat bat logos. Kind of like the classic, more, generic Batman logos, but also not a fan of the small ears on this bat suit. Again, there's very few that I like. I do love the cape when you're in a glide. I love how shredded it is at the bottom. I do like the utility belt as well, and I kind of like the gold little knuckle, the things he's got on his knuckles that they're gold. I think that's a sick design detail. Up next, we have the 2008 movie Batman skin, or the Dark Knight skin. Now, I personally wish we would have gotten the Batman Begins suit. I do not like the way this suit looks in the game. He is just so fucking thin and so skinny. He's got a long neck, too, man. His neck feels so long in this game. I think the Bat logo blends in with the suit way too much. Now, this isn't a fault of Rocksteady. It's just how it is in the movie. I think he's got way too much going on, too many lines in the suit. It's just way too over-designed. I also am not a fan of the little shuriken things he's got on the back of his arm there. The cowl's nice. It's decent, I do like the Bat logo design. I just wish it stuck out a little bit more on the suit. And I think the utility belt's pretty cool. Coming up next, which this one came as a surprise to me, we have the 1989 movie Batman skin. Now, usually I am not a huge fan of the way these skins, or these suits in real life, but I think that this skin translates incredibly well into this game. I like this version of the Batman logo more than the Returns version. I know most people obviously like the Batman Returns version because it's classic, but I actually prefer this version. I like the extra added points there at the bottom. And I like the more six-pack looking design over the more armored look they went with in Return. So I'm really glad that they added this version. My only complaint is his head's a little big. He's kind of got an airhead. But man, I love the belt. I love the boots and everything. The modified Nike sneakers or whatever they were. I like this kind of design pattern he's got going on there on the gauntlets. I think that's a cool design. And the cape looks fantastic when you're in a glide. I love the big pointy ears. It's just chef's kiss skin. Really like this suit. One of my favorites. Now we get to our fourth spot. We have the brand new Robert Pattinson Batman suit. I think this skin is really cool. I mean, it looks very unfinished. It's a very light gray color for some reason, and it's almost textureless. I mean, if you zoom in on that Bat logo, those textures are hideous, man. But I'm more so ranking this from a perspective of how I like the suit in real life as well. I really do dig this brand new Batman suit that we got for the film. I really like it. I like the Bat logo. I hope with the Batman Part 2 that we get a more closer classic looking Bat logo than this. I feel like this Bat logo is a little, like, it doesn't have the bat ears or anything like that. I like the utility belt. Again, I wish it was a little bit, had like a circular part in the middle. I love the gauntlets. They got the little spikes there and everything. He's got the gun on the side, or the grappling hook, I guess it would be, which is interesting because the grappling hook in the film is built onto his arm. It's there in the game. I know you can't see it as of right now, but it's built into this arm, actually in the game. So I thought that was a cool detail. I also like the collar he has on this suit. I think it's a little lower in the game. I think it was a little higher up in the movie, but yeah, I dig this dude. I'm so glad they added it. It was just, hopefully they release the Suicide Squad skin in this game. I would freak out if they did that. But yeah. Next, we have the Batsuit V7.43. This suit kicks all kinds of ass. I really wish this was the suit we had throughout the entirety of the game, honestly. This is what an Arkham suit's supposed to look like. It's got the big gauntlets that are sick looking. They're very similar to the Arkham City ones. Not exactly the same, but similar. It's just a little bit armored here. It's not overdone. It's not all over the damn suit. I like the updated utility belt. It looks different. It's kind of a mixture between the Asylum and City one. I love the bat logo, how it's got the unnoticeable, subtle lines throughout it. Not freaking completely in like pieces like the freaking other version is. Love the big ears like always, the gray. It's perfect. And this is the closest thing you can get to the Arkham City suit in this game. I think this is better than the Arkham City suit in my personal opinion. I think this suit just kicks all sorts of ass. This suit rocks. One of my favorite suits of all time. Coming in at number 2, we have the Batman Arkham Origins skin. I am so glad they put this skin into the game. I wish it was accurate to the Arkham Origins game in terms of its color. It's the same sculpt, except the color is off. In the game, in Arkham Origins, it's all light gray/gray. In this version, they decided to go with a black and a gold utility belt, which is interesting. I don't mind it, but I obviously would have preferred the Origins color scheme. But man, everything I love about Batman is in this skin pretty much. I love the different design bat logo in this. A lot of people think it's the same design as all the as City and Night. It's actually not. The bat ears on this suit are different, and so are the wings, I guess you would call them. They're a little bit smaller on this suit, and I love it. I love the ab area. I just like that design. The gauntlets are huge. I love that as well. And it just feels Arkham to me. I just really enjoy this skin. I'm not a huge fan of the cape when it's in a glide. I really wish they would have made it more accurate to Arkham Origins. But, it is what it is. But coming in at number 1, my favorite Batsuit, not only in this game, but of all time, is the original Arkham Batman skin. The Batman Arkham Asylum skin. I love this suit. This suit kicks all kinds of ass. Wish it was a little bit more accurate to the original game in this version, but that's alright. I love the logo. This is my favorite Batman logo of all time, by far. I love the yellow utility belt. I love the big gauntlets he's got going on here. I love the gigantic ears. I love the color scheme. Everything about this skin is just perfect. The cape when you're in a glide is fantastic, even though it's not accurate to how it was in Arkham Asylum. Wish it was. But they just gave it the generic cape glide animation design. But yeah, that is every skin in Batman Arkham Knight ranked. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.